sleep in the night, hear the strumming, the minstrel's song. Hear the green sleeves, hear the call. Oh, come to the home of the mother, the one. Come to the home of the mother, the one. Come to the home of the mother, the one. Come to the home of the mother, the one.
A very happy good morning to all of you. Good afternoon, Sat Sri Akal, Namaskar, wherever you are, where you are joining from this part of the world. I welcome you from here in New Delhi, India, on behalf of the Chananda Culture Society. It's a very beautiful day outside. Today is February the 26th, Sunday, of course. Today is a special day. You might be thinking, what is a special day that I am referring to? Today is the day of 50th anniversary, Ascension anniversary of the one of the founders of the Summit Lighthouse, Mark L. Prophet. It was in 1973, February 26th. That's when Mark took leave of. He founded the Summit Lighthouse in 1958. Then he got married to Elizabeth K. Prophet in 1961, and then he took his leave 12 years later in 1973. So what is the significance of it today? That's the question. Might be thinking, when you have a Guru or somebody like we call it Jyoti Jyots, somebody that assumed in the take leaves of the planet Earth. So that is a very auspicious day. When you will take a leave of this planet, it will, the same principle will apply to you also. There is a wave of light. There is also wave or a shower of light all over the planet, and people receive it. Because why they receive it? Because God is one. So the light of God is one in everyone. So we receive the blessing where one of Son of God makes his or her moksha or ascension in the light. We all can claim that light. We don't get it automatically if we don't know it, but if you can claim it, we're going to pretty soon we'll be during this service, during this presentation, we'll be claiming that mantle like this. I claim the mantle of Ascended Master Lanello. His name is Lanello. When he was in embodiment, his name was Mark Prophet. I'll be talking about him a little bit more, about his bio a little bit more in detail, so we can get a little bit better feeling for what is the meaning of when you say, I claim the mantle. Mantle is a light, the whole in the causal body and the authority of mental, like mental is the authority. Like you go to the court, the judges, they have a the gown they wear, and you go to professor, or the some ceremony that wear a gown, so that is a mantle of authority. So we claim that mantle of Ascended Master Lanello today. We're still going to claim that pretty soon. But I just wanted to give you that music that we played in the beginning. We'll be playing that again, meditational music one more time. It's really anchors the flame, brings the flame of that particular master, because that is his keynote. Everyone has a keynote of Bija Mantra. We call it in Hindi. So we have a Bija Mantra for you also. When you are saying, there will be music that will be played, that will be your keynote. So what I'm saying, all those things that apply to all of us. So we have when we play keynote, which is a green sleeves, by the way. Green sleeves is the music. You can go to YouTube and put the music green sleeves, and you'll hear the same kind of music there. So when we play that music of green sleeves, or that is the music of Ascended Master Lanello, that brings his presence to your heart, to your room. So having said all that, I'd like to welcome all of you who have joined. I'll wait a few more minutes until more of you have joined. And so let's do the first thing first. We're going to do an invocation today. I found it an invocation in the voice of Mark Prophet himself on YouTube. So you can find this one on YouTube also. So we're going to play that about 3 minutes long invocation in the sound voice of Mark Prophet himself. So Jay, all yours, my friend.
Of all holy miracles, evolving around the circle, the cycle of perfection. We invoke now the healing rays of thy love for thy children upon the planetary body everywhere, and here where we come together in thy one name, the name of being all can claim, I am. The presence of perfection in me now, perfection stirring regenerate fires in cell desires, mounting toward the periphery of individualized and enclosed perfection, blossoms lily-like, holding in beauteous form the cup of thy love. Do thou now, O God, say to each dancing cell and electron, each portion, minute or gross, of thyself in our form, come, take possession of our being, expel imperfection by the inflow of perfection. Let light, 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 and more light appear in our mind, upon the screen thereof, and in our hearts. Distill the gentle dew of thy coming, thy rebirth within the fold of our attention, as we see now the ability of each soul to pierce the shell, and there within the center of manifestation see the intricate yet simplistic outworkings of thy magnificence. Thou art God, and there is none like thee upon the whole earth and in the universe. Thou art come, thou bringer of joy unto men. Once again the song of old sings within us, enfolds us one and all. We behold thee, answering heart call, now and forevermore, in the name of the living flame of the risen, transcendent Christ. We thank thee.
So it's good to hear the voice, the roaring like a lion voice of Mark Prophet. He reminds me of voice of Paramahansa Yogananda. He also, I heard his voice also from the audio recordings, from Self-Realization Fellowship. So I think it's good to hear the voice, because the voice of a master recorded and replayed carries his vibration, his presence, his energy, his light. That really is good to assume and merge with it, and it dispels, as he said in his invocation, all darkness, and it is flow of light from his voice. So that is one of the reasons why we like to listen to the voice of the saints, that have gone, if there's available someplace, Anyway, I'd like to welcome all of you who have joined on behalf of the Chananda Culture Society. I'd like to welcome Shar Sharnaya ji, welcome Sarika ji, welcome Melinda ji, welcome JP Saab, welcome Lavina ji, welcome. So as more of you will join, I will pause and welcome you. Today is a Sunday, as I said, February 26th, a very auspicious day. We will be celebrating two things today. First is, of course, is today's is 50th Ascension anniversary of Mark Prophet. So we'll be having something, have a short movie clip, about Mark's early, what what we have on the back, black and white sort of. So I think that'll give us about 10-minute clip of he traveled to India also in 1970 with the messenger, also his wife Elizabeth Clare Prophet, and wherever he went. About it's about 2 or 3 minute clip of that part of India also that you'll enjoy that. I'll also like to offer our hours. So we have been giving decreased hours. Some of you have been doing that for each month for 21 days of each month. So we did for January 21 days. Then today we'll be doing for the February 21 days. So Poonam has given me the total hours, which is 100 hours almost. So multiply 100 times 100 becomes 10,000 hours. That's what we have been told, that masters have told us we can multiply them or square them by the, and that many hours. But there are other dispensation also that we can multiply, but I did not want to go into that detail. So when you use all the dispensation that master have given us, it'll come to billions of hours, but I would rather not go there. So we have 10,000 hours that we know by squaring 100 hours. So we'll be offering them to the masters as part of our ritual today. And we'll be initiating a new cycle of decrease for the month of March for the 21 days. So I'll urge all of you have been doing faithfully, and those of you who have not been doing, for some reason do not know that, please do that. And when you do your decrease you all you have to do is about half an hour. It doesn't take more than half an hour of those 6 decrees that I have selected, very short decrees. You can do one time each or 3 times each, as long as you like, that's up to you. Then you can log in your hours on WhatsApp. And then at the end of the month, Poonam, takes all the hours and adds them up and she gives them to me. And then we'll be doing the same kind of ritual again for the month of March and for the following months. So having said that, let's begin our daily ritual. I'd like to talk a little bit about bio of Mark Prophet. Very, very briefly, is much more than that. That's available on the TSL Encyclopedia, TSL Encyclopedia, 2 words, TSL Encyclopedia. You can go to Google, and when you come to the search column, you can put Mark Prophet, and then you can get much more information about him. But I just took a few paragraphs that I thought it'll be good to really know about this great prophet, Mark Prophet. His name is Prophet. He's a prophet, but his last name is also Prophet also. So can we have that little bio that I sent to you, Jay, on the screen? So it'll be easier for people to follow as I speak. Can you make it a little bit larger also, please? A little bit more, a little bit bigger. So this is a picture of Mark Prophet. You can see that his name is Mark Prophet when he was in embodiment. And after he ascended, his name was given as Lanello, Lanello, Ascended Master Lanello. So I'm going to read that slowly. Mark L. Prophet, now the Ascended Master Lanello, was called by Ascended Master El Moria to found the Summit Lighthouse and to set forth the teachings of the Ascended Master in the Aquarian age. In 1958, the master, which is Master Al Moria, called him to Washington, D.C. to found the Summit Lighthouse for the purpose of publishing the teachings of the Ascended Master. In August 1958, Al Moria dictated to Mark the first of the Pearls of Wisdom weekly letters from the Ascended Masters to their students launching a worldwide movement. I want to stop here for a minute. The 2 points I like to mention. First of all, when Almore appeared to him, that was in before 1958, sometime appeared to him. Mark Prophet was working on the railroad, like laying the railroad tracks and fixing, that periodically to fix the railroad tracks. So he was one of the mechanic working on the, and during that part, I think it was a hot summer day, Almore appeared to him in a brief split second, So he raised his hammer, as he said, like this, was going to strike the hammer on the wherever on the railroad, some part of the railroad, on the ground. And Mark Prophet appeared in that split second. See, that is something to ponder upon also. And Mark Prophet said, I have a need of a, I'm looking for a messenger, and would you like to be my messenger? And Mark Prophet looked at Almore, was wearing a turban like an Indian master, and Mark Prophet was not, he was a Christian, by the way, Baptist, I think Christian. He said, no, I don't, I'm happy what I'm doing. I don't believe in, something like other religion, people of other religion, and so on, and so forth. So what Almore said, as you wish. So that's very important point. Masters never, ever go against the free will of you or mine or anyone. They respect the free will. So Almora disappeared. So then he realized, actually that Mark Prophet, it took him 3 years to beg him, Almora, again to come back. He had his second thought, and it took it took him a long time. I won't say 3 years, but it took him a long time for Mark Prophet to come back and Almora to come back to Mark Prophet and really anoint him as a messenger. So my point here is that masters also respect our free will, although, as I'm going to read that, although Mark Prophet has many good previous embodiments as a saint, as a prophet, but at that moment, particular moment, our free will counts most. Doesn't matter how great you were in the past or how great you will be in the future. Only one thing matters in the present. So the next thing is the Pearl of Wisdom. You can also get free Pearl of Wisdom for 21 weeks, free of charge. You can go to the Summit Lighthouse website. You can go to, again, Google and put the Summit Lighthouse. And when you go there, you can see over there the Pearl of Wisdom, where you can get the free Pearl of Wisdom for 21 weeks at no cost. Okay, I'm going to continue here. On April 22nd, 1961, Elizabeth, the twin flame of Mark, attended a meeting of the Summit Lighthouse in Boston, Massachusetts, in America, and met Mark, the messenger for the Ascended Master, for the first time. She then began her training as a messenger for the Masters. Mark and Elizabeth were married on March 15, 1963, and continued to build the Summit Lighthouse together. And here is the point. On February 26, which is today, in 1973, 50 years ago, Mark passed on, having completed his mission. He is now known as the Ascended Master Lanello. And here are a couple of his embodiments here that I want to mention that. Mark was also a messenger in prior embodiments. As the prophet Noah, he received the prophecy of the flood and exhorted the people for over 100 years. He told them the flood is coming, the flood is coming. People did not believe him. Finally, the flood came in, which is where the Atlantic Ocean is. There used to be a civilization called Atlantis. That's where the flood took place, according to Saint Master's teaching. As the Egyptian pharaoh, second embodiment, Akhenaten, messenger of Aten, the god of the sun, he introduced monotheism, which is one god. His other embodiments included Longfellow, he was a poet Longfellow in America, Louis XIV of France, Bodhidharma in I think in India, Tibet. Mark the Evangelist was one of the disciples of Jesus Christ, and also he was the master of the invocation on Atlantis. So these are some of the embodiments. There are many, many more that I did not pick up. So why are we saying, why are we going over these embodiments? Why? The idea is that you and I and all of us may have had many, many embodiments. Also like this, good embodiments and not so good embodiments. It doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is because you are here today, you know, some master might be Mark Prophet, maybe some angel. I brought you here in this meeting today. So this is not by coincidence, by the way. So we do not recall that. We cannot put everything in perspective. We do not understand necessarily why we are here, why we are decreeing, how we were contracted. Same thing applies to me. Same thing applies to every saint. So as we begin our journey gradually, we become to walk the path of the Sunday Master teaching. A lot of things that were not clear before, they all of a sudden start becoming clearer in our outer mind. As our karma gets transmuted, our mind becomes crisp, our heart, our chakras become more sharp. They spin much faster, much more clarity, and we are shown a lot of things that we did not know before. So that is what I wanted to conclude this part of the Mark Prophet's little bio. I think what we like to do is this. We'll be playing a movie about Mark Prophets, about 10 minutes long, but before we do that, I think it's a brief meditation, which I got also from YouTube. The wording is also going to be there. You can hum the words, you can meditate on the words of this song. They are connected to the heart of Lanello. As you will listen to those or hymn those, or silently, or however you want to in your heart, Mark Lanello or Mark Prophet, I'll say Lanello will send his presence or arc of light from his heart to your heart. So I think that will be a moment for meditation in your heart also. So Jay, can you play that? Can you play that with YouTube, please?
Sir, meditation or YouTube?
I think it's a meditation on the YouTube. Yeah, that is the same thing. It is a meditational music which we just played in the beginning of our presentation. So it's a YouTube meditation.
Lovingly
Sir, can't hear you.
हमारी आवाज.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So all you have to do is go to the, you know, go to the YouTube, put the song 513A, Summit Lighthouse, and you'll get this song again to play. Couple of points that you want to have. You saw the word green sleeves. Green sleeve is the music. That is the keynote of Lanello. So when we play the green sleeve music, this particular song is based on, it's a keynote. It's a bija mantra, as I said, seed music for everyone. You also will have a key music when you ascend, when we came on the earth, we had a key music played. And then we go back with the same key music will be played, because we are sons and daughters of God. So there is no exception to the rule that is only certain people have the key music or, bija mantra or whatever we have been told is for everyone, every son and daughter of God. So that is one point I wanted to make to you. Second point is come to the home of the mother, the one, the last line. They sang 2 or 3 times. What is the home of the mother, the one? That is the sound of Om, A-U-M, Om, or O-M, Om. When we chant the word Om, we are going to the home of the mother, which is in the base of the spine chakra, raised to the level of the heart chakra, raised to the level of the Kundalini fire, which is the base of the spine chakra, which is the light of the mother, Kundalini mother. And Kundalini raises the light, and as he raises the light, she raises the child soul, which is the next chakra above the Kundalini chakra. So that is a baby that she raises to the heart of the heart chakra level, heart of the one. So that is the role of the mother, raises the soul to the level of the heart, where there is a peaceful, there is a home of that's called home, H-O-M-E, home of the Om, home of the Om. So that is what it was said. My understanding of that is okay. We're going to have a short movie, about 10 minutes long, but it's called Mark movie. Mark's movie, you can also go to the YouTube. You can see the whole movie. It's about 15 minutes long, but I just wanted to have a short clip, that we want to play. And it talks about the part of the, when Mark and his wife, we call her Guruma, they came to India in 1970. So Jay, all yours, my friend.
Chippewa Falls, a little town in Wisconsin, was the birthplace of Mark L. Prophet. Born on Christmas Eve in 1918, he was the only child of Thomas and Mabel Prophet. Mark grew up in this little house with his mom during the Great Depression. They lived alone here after Mark's father died when he was only 9 years old. This affected him deeply. As a young man, he had the burden of helping to meet his family's financial needs. But I'll always remember Mark not only as a great teacher and a messenger, but as a down-home kind of guy. He'd be your best buddy. He'd joke with you. He'd be your friend. Mark was one of the most fun-loving and spontaneous people I have ever known. As a child, his mystical inclinations were apparent. He saw and freely communed with angels and nature spirits. When he had these experiences, he told his mother, whom he loved so much, but she couldn't quite understand. A very religious person herself, she played the organ at a little country church. She knew that Mark had an extraordinary devotion to God, and this made her very happy. Mark attended the Pentecostal church and prayed by the hour at this altar that he built in the attic of his home. Before finishing high school, he had received all 9 gifts of the Holy Spirit. When Mark was 18 years old and working for the railroad, El Moria appeared to him. Mark was hard at work, driving railroad spikes, putting his whole body into it. In one incredible moment, the master El Moria suspended the laws of time and space to appear to Mark and tell him of his mission. The vision seemed to last 5 minutes, but the master had compressed it all into a single stroke of Mark's sledgehammer. The next day, Mark received a telegram from Western Union confirming his experience and what Moria had told him. Unable to reconcile the turbaned Eastern adept with his lifelong devotion to Jesus, Mark dismissed him for a time. It wasn't until years later that El Moria returned, and Mark accepted him as his teacher. Under his direction, Mark went to Washington, D.C. and founded the Summit Lighthouse for the purpose of publishing the teachings of the Ascended Masters. Mark met his twin flame, Elizabeth, in 1961, and together they had 4 beautiful children whom they loved very much. Mark and Mother took a special interest in teaching their children at a very early age. Mark loved to have Sean meet various people and recite what he'd learned, such as the table of chemical elements or the Greek alphabet. It's funny how some people would criticize Mark for combining elements of everyday life with his ministry, for having children, for what he ate, or even for owning a CB radio. Mark was very refined and very sensitive, but he could also jump into the role of either playing the fool or playing the simpleton. He would do all sorts of things that were definitely unexpected in the face of individuals who normally expected to be received with the greatest pomp and flattery. Mark traveled with his family and several devoted students to Europe in 1968. We sailed on the SS Bremen from New York City to Bremerhaven, Germany. Mark was constantly traveling to do his work, to open the way for the light bearers who could not come into the teachings because of karmic records in their nations and in their auras. This particular trip to Europe was for the clearing of the records of witchcraft, the various records that were causing the elements to shake, and for the cutting free of the souls of light in Europe. Mark drove us into Germany and the Rhine Valley. He remembered this area from when he was Longfellow, so he was able to find the streets wherever he went. The local people couldn't understand how he could locate places the way he did. From this vantage point, we see the Rhine River, and up in the etheric, we have Lanello's retreat. You can call to the angels to take you to Lanello's chateau on the Rhine. At this retreat, you may be invited to the Library of Scrolls, which contains diagrams of New Age cities, works of art, and inventions greater than we would dream possible. Or kneel at a special fountain and let Lanello sprinkle you with its holy water that's blessed daily by angels. Mark loved to drive. You always got the feeling when you were driving with him that not only was he scanning the physical octave in all directions, but was also reading the Akashic records of the landscapes which he would comment on, and he could carry on a personal conversation, talk on the phone or two-way radio, and expound on his latest insights from the Ascended Masters. On one such journey when I was with him, he dictated without a hitch or hesitation his entire poem entitled Tell Them. Santa Barbara, California was the birthplace of Summit University. The mother house was purchased in 1969 to fulfill Mark's vision for a New Age mystery school for the raising up of Chelas of the Great White Brotherhood. The first session of Summit University, then called Ascended Master University, was conducted by Mark himself for 2 weeks during the summer of 1971. It took about a year after its purchase to renovate the mother house, and on the occasion of its completion, the ladies donned their saris and we left from Santa Barbara for a pilgrimage to the sacred shrines of India. The Taj Mahal. In his final embodiment as Shah Jahan, Kuthumi built this architectural wonder as a tomb for his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal. It symbolizes the mother principle and is the shrine of his eternal love for his twin flame. Mark's purpose in journeying to India was to bring light to the subcontinent, not the reverse. The Masters had warned of the great dangers that world communism was posing in India. Unfortunately, we have seen a partial fulfillment of their worst prophecies. In their travels, the messengers tried to spread their message to world leaders wherever they could. In this case, Indira Gandhi, then Prime Minister of India, was given some recordings of teachings by the messengers. It's too bad she and other world leaders didn't accept the anointed messengers of the Great White Brotherhood. After seeing Mrs. Gandhi, they were granted an audience with the Dalai Lama. We can only show you the outside of his headquarters because pictures weren't allowed inside. In Kashmir, you'll see some of the most beautiful terrain in India. Right above this mountain and in this area is the location of Kuthumi's etheric retreat, the Temple of Illumination. Kuthumi is hierarch of the Brothers of the Golden Robe, and from his focus at Shigasi, Tibet, the master plays sacred classical music of East and West and compositions of the heavenly hosts on an organ keyed to the music of the spheres. With this celestial music, he draws souls who are in transition out of the astral plane and into the etheric retreats of the Great White Brotherhood. India, a land of great contrasts, of intense overcrowding and poverty, yet a land of great beauty and spirituality. The India pilgrimage was one of the most physically exhausting but spiritually important trips made by the messengers.
My name is Jim Rickards. I'm a former.
So that was a that was a short clip on India, Mark and Elizabeth, 1970. So actually, after that, 1980 also, Guru Ma came with a group of other devotees. I came with her at 1980 also, and we established ashram in New Delhi here at that time. And then we have another ashram here now in Delhi also, established in 2011. So that is our journey from 1970 to the present hour. I'd like to welcome some of you who have joined. In the meantime, Sukhinder ji, welcome. Satija ji, welcome. See, I don't want to miss anyone else. You say, Indermohan ji, welcome. And Pradeep ji, welcome. Nice to have all of you on this 50th celebration of Mark Prophet's ascension or assumption or victory in the light as something that we can also aspire and strive to get with his help, of Mark Prophet and particularly. So let's do a mantra. Decree we're going to say, we will say 3 times. We have been told that we should give this mantra on the day of ascension of a saint. That, in any religion, it goes like this. I claim the mantle of Ascended Master Lanello. You say it 3 times. And we can say, in the name of I am that I am, I claim the mantle of Ascended Master Lanello. In the name of the I am that I am, I claim the mantle of the Ascended Master Lanello. In the name of the I am that I am, I claim the mantle of the Ascended Master Lanello. In the name of the I am that I am, I claim the mantle of the Ascended Master Lanello. When we say that way, we open up our heart chakra, heart chalice, you can say that, to receive the light in which Master can pour forth his light. Master, because Masters respect our free will, and we have a free will to invite the Master's light, unless we say that Masters are not allowed to pour forth their light. To the contrary, people have been told, different things. I will not go into that. So this is something very important to know, that Masters respect our free will. But when we invite them to come into our heart challenge, to help us, guide us, then they do come with the legions of angels to help us. So that is something I'd like you to make a note of that for this day forward, if you have not been doing that. So at this point, we like to offer our. We have, many of you have been giving decrees for the month of February. I'm talking about only. So we have about 100 hours total that people have given faithfully. They have logged in their hours on WhatsApp. So we're going to multiply 100 by 100. That comes to 10,000 hours. So we're going to offer 10,000 hours for what? For the victory of our own life, of course. Victory of many conditions which are not looking so good on the planet. That I was sitting last night and I made a list of some of the things that on the global level, of course, that we need to send our light also into, in addition to our personal level also, So number 1, Russia, Ukraine war with nuclear possibility. Number 2, China, Russia friendship versus US and European NATO countries friendship. 2 blocks that could be formed. Number 3, India-China Ladakh border in Arunachal Pradesh. That is also, there are a lot of spy activities going on by Chinese in all over the world, including, I'm sure, in India also, by balloons and other things that are going on. So that is something you want to, and we got to make a call on stopping out those activities and through our decrease. Number 4, Pakistan, IMF lifeline is a political situation. IMF, International Monetary Fund, people visited Pakistan last 2 weeks and they have given them some money to loan, but it's a lifeline temporarily. We want to pray that Pakistan economy survives and recovers and stands on her own feet. Number 4, Sri Lanka, economic, political situation, very poor, very poverty. Same thing politically, very, very much delicate situation that needs our prayers. Number 6, Iran, Israel, escalation of attacks from Israel from Iran into Israel. Lately some kind of attacks have been going on. Number 7, poor weather in France, Italy, Mexico, California, Africa, and other countries. Some places there are flooding, some places there are drought, some places there are famine. So that is something that we want to make calls on. Earthquake in Syria and Turkey, there are 50,000 people and maybe more as of now, 3 weeks ago. And then, of course, Afghanistan, Taliban, violence. So these are some of the issues that on the global level, Master tell us that we should be watchmen and watchwomen on the life of the planet on behalf of everyone. So we think about ourselves, our cities, our country, and also the whole planet, which is our responsibility. So I'd like to make an invocation on behalf of all of us as we offer these hours to the Sunday Masters of the Great White Brotherhood. In the name of the I am that I am, in the name of the light of God that never fails, we together as a member of the Chananda Cultural Society and all others who have prayed and decreed fervently over the last 21 days in the month of February, they have been decreeing for the healing of our own self, our family members, our condition, our relationship, our personal health, and also for the similar conditions at the national level and at the global level that I have mentioned. We ask you, beloved Sunday Masters of the Great White Brotherhood, we offer you these 10,000 hours which can be multiplied by all other dispensations, not known to my outer mind in any way or form. I ask all these hours be multiplied by the power of infinite light of God that never fails to bless, and bless on this day of Lanello's 50th ascension in the light. Beloved Lanello, come forth now, please. You founder of the Samela House, as we give you these decrees from our heart to your heart, beloved Lanello. We ask you to take these hours on behalf of these souls of light have been committed to the work of the Master here in India and all over the world for holding the balance for the victory of light of the golden age for the planet Earth. Bless them, beloved Lanello, with your hand. Bless them with your heart. Bless them with your head and your threefold flame, beloved Lanello. Each one who have been decreeing and who have been wanted to decree, inspire them to decree more and more until this, not only India, but the whole world becomes a ball of violet fire. As a planet of violet fire, is our Earth planet is the purity God desired. I ask you, I thank you on behalf of all of us who are gathered here for hearing and answering our prayer. In the holy name of God, I am that I am. In the name of beloved Chananda, in the name of beloved Master Moria, in the name of Guru Ma and Lanello, in the name of Sanat Kumara, beloved Kartikeya, it is done, it is finished, it is sealed, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken it. I am that I am. Om. Amen. So that was our offering of the decrees. Now we're going to go to the decrees that we're going to be doing for the month of March. I have selected some decrees that are unique, but also beautiful, so that we have a different flavor, you know. So I think this is going to be another round which Poonam will be posting it on the WhatsApp, all the decrees that we are doing now. So you can have access to on the WhatsApp, on the Chananda prayer group, by the way. That's where we're going to post it. And so you can access it. So the first one is really the meditation that you'll be playing in your own home. So I like to start with that meditation. It's called the expanding the threefold flame, because this particular part focus of our decrease for the month of March is working on the threefold flame. So Jay, can we have the picture of the threefold flame also? You know, and then we can play this music. And you, as I said before, you can play this music on your own when you'll be doing this decrease in your, you know, personally, privately in your home. So then we do the tube of light decree after the tube of light portion from decree 1.30. Beloved, I am present, right? And then we go on. I'll be announcing those decrees very quickly, one after the other. All yours, Jay.
Expanding your threefold flame. Close your eyes. Go within and center your awareness in your heart. Breathe deeply several times until you feel calm and centered. Visualize the blue, yellow, and pink plumes within the secret chamber of your heart. See all three as equal in size and in perfect balance. Imagine your threefold flame beginning to spin clockwise, gradually rotating faster and faster. As the plumes spin, see their colors blending into a shimmering, glistening mother-of-pearl light. Visualize this iridescent light growing larger and larger. See it filling your chest cavity and expanding to surround your entire body. Attune your inner ear to the sound of this immense spiritual flame. Listen as its quiet, steady vibration gradually intensifies and immerses you in the sound of its sacred fire. Experience the light and sound of your heart flame, raising your consciousness higher and higher until it connects you to the universal sound of the Om. Sound the Om. Gently bring your awareness back into your heart. Slowly open your eyes and become aware of your surroundings.
Jay, can we have the degree? Heart number, the tube of light portion from heart, head, and hand. Thank you. Let's give it 3 times together, all of us. Beloved, I am presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light. From us and their master flame. Call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from our discords unto me. I am calling forth violet fire to blaze and transmit all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I am one with the violet flame. Beloved, I am presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light. From us and their master flame. Call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temper free from my discords unto me. I am calling forth violet fire to blaze and transmit all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I am one with the violet flame. Beloved, I am presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light from ascended master flame. Call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from my discords unto me. I am calling forth violet fire, blaze and transmit all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I am one with the violet flame. Next one is a decree 1.00. It's called Keeper's Daily Prayer. This is beautiful decree to give. So the first 3 lines it says give slowly and deliberation. So what is the flame is active? The 3-4 flame is active. Your 3-4 flame is active. Your 3-4 flame is vital. So you can put your hand, if you want, right hand, 3 fingers on your heart, just to remind that it is you, your 3-4 flame you're talking about. Okay, together. A flame is active. A flame is vital. A flame is eternal. I am a God flame of radiant love from the very heart of God in the great central sun, descending from the master of life. I am charged now with beloved Helios and Vesta supreme God consciousness and solar awareness. Pilgrim upon earth, I am walking daily the way of the ascended master's victory that leads to my eternal freedom by the power of the sacred fire, this day and always continually made manifest in my thoughts, feelings, and immediate awareness, transcending and transmuting all the elements of earth within my 4 Lord bodies, and free me by the power of the sacred fire from those misqualified foci of energy within my being. I am set free right now from all that bind by and through the currents of the divine flame of the sacred fire itself, whose ascending action makes me God in manifestation, God in action, God by direction, and God in consciousness. I am an active flame. I am a vital flame. I am an eternal flame. I am an expanding fire spark from the great central sun, drawing to me now every ray of divine energy which I need and which can never be qualified by the human, and flooding me with the light and God illumination of 1,000 suns to take dominion and rule supreme forever. Everywhere I am, where I am, there God is also unseparated forever. I remain, increasing my light by the smile of His radiance, the fullness of His love, the omniscience of His wisdom, and the power of His life eternal, which automatically raises me on ascension wings of victory, that shall return me to the heart of God, from whence in truth I am come to do God's will and manifest abundant life to all. The last four lines are very powerful to remember that from from whence in truth. What is the truth? I am that I am is the truth. Your God. When from whence in truth I am come to do God's will. God's will, not my will, and manifest abundant life to all, everyone on the earth. So that is each word is a pearl of wisdom. You want each sentence is a pearl of wisdom. You want to really, absorb them like a mala, as you say that. So that is very, very beautiful prayer. We did that last year. Last month, even before that. Going to give it every day. This prayer is very, very important from the heart of beloved Lady Master Nada, who is a member of the Karmic Board. Next one is Decree 20.03, balance the threefold flame in me. Remember we did a meditation on threefold flame? This is the what. So the focus of this month is really balancing your threefold flame. That's the reason why you want to balance your threefold flame. This month you want to be one-pointed in working on this half an hour of decree at your home, focusing on this decree. Together. In the name of the beloved, mighty, victorious presence of God, I am in me, and my very own beloved Holy Christ self, I call to beloved Helios and Vesta, and the threefold flame of love, wisdom, and power in the heart of the great central sun, to beloved Moria L, beloved Lord Lanto, beloved Paul the Venetian, beloved mighty victory, beloved goddess of liberty, and the seven mighty Elohim, beloved Guru Maya Lanello, the entire spirit of the great world brotherhood and the world mother, elemental life, fire, air, water, and earth, to balance, place, expand, and intensify the threefold flame within my heart until I am manifesting all of thee and not of the human remains. Take complete dominion and control over my four Lord bodies and raise me and all life by the full power of the 3 times 3 into the glorious resurrection and ascension in the light. In the name of the Father, the Mother, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I decree. I want to mention one thing. Threefold flame in the great central sun. You might be thinking, where is that great central sun? Yes, there is a great central sun of our universe where Alpha and Omega sit on the throne. Right in front of the throne is a big hall. In the big hall, there is a threefold flame, giant size, that is blazing in front of the Alpha and Omega in the great hall. That is a replica in our heart. So that is you can visualize that as what is being said over there. So we're going to do that balance. Then we're going to change it to blaze. Then we're going to say to expand. We're going to change it to intensify 3 times together. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me, beloved I am. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Take thy command. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Magnified each hour. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Love, wisdom, and power. Raise the threefold flame in me. Place the threefold flame in me. Place the threefold flame in me. Beloved I am. Place the threefold flame in me. Place the threefold flame in me. Place the threefold flame in me. Take thy command. Place the threefold flame in me. Place the threefold flame in me. Place the threefold flame in me. Magnified each hour. Place the threefold flame in me. Place the threefold flame in me. Place the threefold flame in me. Love, wisdom, and power. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Beloved, I am. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Take thy command. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Magnify each hour. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Love, wisdom, and power. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Beloved, I am. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Take thy command. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Magnify each hour. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Love, wisdom, and power. And in full faith, I constantly of this. Manifest, manifest, manifest. And in full faith, I constantly of this. Manifest, manifest, manifest. And in full faith, I constantly of this. Manifest, manifest, manifest. Right here and now with full power, eternally sustained, all powerfully active, ever expanding and word unfolding until all are wholly ascended in the light and free. Beloved I am, beloved I am, beloved I am. Next decree is decree 0.03, which is a decree to Madi Cosmos secret rays. This is another decree that we did as a Buddha of the Ruby Ray. So we are doing this decree. This is the only secret ray decree that activates the light energy from our palm of our hand, both of them. This is secret energy, and it's also considered violet flame, by the way. So you can give it as in lieu of violet flame, as also secret ray energy. It's also very powerful energy. So I think I wanted to include that because that will give us a little bit more energy, a little bit more empowerment, to become the walk to the in the heart of the Buddha, becoming the Buddha, from the level of becoming the holy Christ self or higher self, next level of surrendering anything that you find it difficult to surrender. Together. The first few lines are called the Ruby Ray preamble, which is extra preamble lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 lines on the top. Together. In the name I am that I am Elohim, Saint Germain, Portia, Guru Ma, Lanero, Padma Sambhava, Kuani, Nanapayudhyani Buddha. In the name I am that I am Sanat Kumara, Kadama Buddha, Lord Madhya, Jesus Christ, Om Vero Chanak Shovya, Ratran Sambhava, Amitabha, Amoga Siddhi, Vajra Sattva. Om. In the name of the beloved, mighty, victorious presence of God, I am in me, my very own beloved Holy Christ self, Holy Christ self of all mankind, beloved Helios and Vesta, and the great centers and magnet, beloved God harmony, beloved mighty cosmos, beloved Guru Maya Lanelo, the entire spirit of the great white brotherhood and the word mother, elemental life, fire, air, water, and earth. I decree, mighty cosmos, mighty cosmos, mighty cosmos, expand the light to me always, expand the light to me always, expand the light to me always. Mighty cosmos, mighty cosmos, mighty cosmos, bless and heal, illumine and raise, bless and heal, illumine and raise, bless and heal, illumine and raise. Mighty cosmos, mighty cosmos, mighty cosmos, transmute consume, release and bless, transmute consume, release and bless, transmute consume, release and bless. Mighty cosmos, mighty cosmos, mighty cosmos, for the love of God we praise, for the love of God we praise, for the love of God we praise. Mighty cosmos, mighty cosmos, mighty cosmos, raise the earth, thy flame expand, raise the earth, thy flame expand, raise the earth, thy flame expand. Mighty cosmos, mighty cosmos, mighty cosmos, thy balance power and command, thy balance power and command, thy balance power and command. Take dominion now to the light above. I am the radiant light, take a ray so bright. Get to Father rays unto me today. Fill me through and through until there's only you. I live, move, I have my being within a glorious, victorious focus of the mighty cosmos secret from the heart of God in the great sun. Focus to the 5 Dhyani Buddhas and Vajra Sattva. My very own beloved, visualize I am present. Beloved Helios and Vesta, beloved mighty cosmos, which blesses and heals, illumines and sees me, all mankind. in the victory of the ascension in the light. Beloved I am, beloved I am, beloved I am. Come to the last decree, we'll do and in full faith over there. Light, last decree is 70.19, which is the Violet Flame decree. It's beautiful decree, so we can give it as long as you want, but we'll give it only, just for the sake of time, only one time. So 70.19J, that is separate one. Yeah, this one. This is the one. So it's called the Violet Flame is Saint Germain dedicates Violet Flame is to the South American chelas. Together. Spread the guidance, I am the Violet Flame. Pulsing out the cosmic dam, I am the Violet Flame. Energizing mind, heart, I am the Violet Flame. Sustaining God's creation, now I am the Violet Flame. With all love, with all love, with all love. Shimmering in the crystal cave, I am the Violet Flame. Searching out the reason pain, I am the Violet Flame. Consuming cause of core of fear, I am the Violet Flame. Revealing now the inner name, I am the Violet Flame. With all peace, with all peace, with all peace. Touching like a lightning bolt, I am the Violet Flame. Touching to the galaxies, I am the Violet Flame. Connecting soul and spirit, now I am the Violet Flame. Raising you to cosmic as I am the Violet Flame. With all power, with all power, with all power. And in full faith, I constantly have this manifest, manifest, manifest. And in full faith, I constantly have this manifest, manifest, manifest. And in full faith, I constantly have this manifest, manifest, manifest. Right here and now with full power, eternally sustained, all powerfully active, ever expanding and word unfolding until all are holy ascended in the light and free. Beloved I am, beloved I am, beloved I am. Can you go back to the portion of the decree matrix J, item number 8, sealing of the energies, last one. You can make it bigger, the last one. Sealing of number 7, I'm sorry, yeah. Sealing of the energies right here. Together. In the name of the I am that I am, Om Tat Sat Om, and in the name of my heart self, I call for the multiplication of decrees I have invoked today, and by all dispensation given to us by the Ascended Master, I call for the sealing of these energies by Archangel Michael, so that nothing of the human or darkness may ever disqualify them. I ask that these energies be used according to God's will in my life and lives of all individuals, worlds without end. Om, Amen. So that is a sealing. And then you can, of course, I'm requesting it to be log in. Some of you log in, some of them may forget to log in. So that helps Poonam every end of the month, to total it up. So that's what I wanted to say. I'll wait for a couple of announcements at the end, but I want to open up to the question and answer that you may have before I come to that part of the announcement. So I think Poonam, Jay, any questions anyone has?
हाँ जी सर.
Any questions?
सुखविंदर जी, कोई क्वेश्चन है आपका?
नहीं, थैंक यू सर.
You can raise your hand, and you can raise your hand if you have a question. Otherwise, Poonam, you can pass them by. You do not have to ask them. If
Okay.
nobody has raised their hand, please just that means they do not have any questions.
जेपी सर को अनम्यूट कर. जेपी सर, आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है?
Hello? Okay, I think maybe no one has question. Is that fair to assume? Everybody knows everything. No question.
जेपी सर,
So I think maybe he's not having difficulty in unmuting himself.
ओके सर.
No questions. I assume that. So I have a next Sunday, which is next Tuesday. I'm sorry, day after tomorrow. I'll encourage all of you to please log in from 7 to 9. We are doing a slow wall flame decrease. That Carla Healy does that from America, from Bozeman Teaching Center, with explanation and visualization and very slow pace. You don't need to have a degree book open up because everything is made available for you. And I think you can do for half an hour, or 2 hours, as long as you want. I think it's a very good degree work for all of us to begin to know the wall flame decrease. She does mostly wall flame decrease at an introductory level. So that is, we are having only two Zoom services on Sunday, and also having on the Tuesday morning, as I mentioned. Next Sunday, I will be resuming the Buddha of the Ruby Ray part 2. That I did part 1. There's many teaching. We did the workshop in Mumbai. So I'm taking a lot of the portion from their workshop in Mumbai that some of you attended, but some of you were not able to attend. But even you attended, it's a refresher course for many things that I'll to learn again, because there is so much to learn about the Ruby Ray, what Ruby Ray is, and how we can learn more about it. So those are the something that I think you want to avail of yourself. And I think the month of March, I think I'll continue with that Ruby Ray portion, maybe part 2, part 3, maybe even after that. We see what is the next. Any requests you have, I'll be happy to do that in the month of April. I will be going back to America in the middle of May. So we have actually, I have 2.5 months, until such time. So I'm looking forward to, if you like to visit, if you live in Delhi, you're most welcome to give me a call. You can come here and we can talk. And we're also planning to have a meeting here for everyone who lives in Delhi in first week of May. I will let you know more details about that. I think good to have a get together for all of us, all who live in Delhi, to come and as a group to can meet each other and also meet. But also I'm planning to go to some people's home in month of March and April. They can invite their friends in their homes and having small meetings in the homes of discussing the Sunday Master teaching, particularly Wall of Flame. You can do the same thing at your home. If you feel comfortable, you can invite your friends and share with them Wall of Flame, what Wall of Flame is. I think it's the greatest teaching that very much needed. You can share with them your own experiences, how you're feeling, how it has changed your life, how it's making a difference, And I think that is something that, angels are always there to help you. Masters are always there to help you. And you can always call me if you need any tips, I'm always available. So with that, I think if there are no other question, that I'm going to ask Jay to please seal this session a little bit earlier today. We still have 15 more minutes, but maybe we can seal it and we can have early Sunday afternoon to do something. Jay, all yours, my friend.
Thank you, sir. In the name of light of God that never fails. In the name of light of God that never fails. In the name of light of God that never fails. We call to beloved Lanello, a master, beloved Bodhidharma, to guide us, to overshadow us, to tell us the way of life, the way of ascension, to show us the real meaning of the way of Buddha, so that we can attain ascension in this life and do what masters can do and become an ascending master in this life. Let him bring God's holy will. Amen. Om.
Thank you, all of you. God bless you, and happy Lanello's 50th Ascension Day. You can say that one more time. In the name of the I am that I am, I claim the mantle of Ascended Master Lanello. In the name of the I am that I am, I claim the mantle of Ascended Master Lanello. In the name of the I am that I am, I claim the mantle of the Ascended Master Lanello. Om. Amen. God bless you all. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, bye.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, all of you. God bless.